Yes, yes. All hands are not equal. Or sorry, all fingers are not equal. Like coming to this part, I remember when I was in UST, you can't write exam without payment of school fees.
You mean all exams or your degree exams?
All your exams,
okay.
any
exams generally.
Yes, exams generally.
Okay.
You won't write exam without payment of school fees. From your year 1 to year 4, year 5. People that went to USC can attest to that. I know many people that dropped out of school because of no payment of school fees. I was a student union leader when I was in school, former North National Secretary. I know when it comes to exam period in most of the universities, students will be calling, chatting.
In order to be able to pay off before the examination.
Yes. So this Nelfund is very, very important.
It kind of like eases that stress and reduces that number of these dropouts.
Yes, because most people that are dropout have gone into several things, crime and all that, cultism and all that. But with this, any person that is in SS3 with a farmer in the village
should be able to
know that as my son is rounding up in that government secondary school, he or she is able to go to university.
So not like you don't have any reason not to be educated or not to go to tertiary institution, as long as you have that zeal to go to school. Now that's a very good one, and we applaud the president for that. And now, for the want of time, I really want us to because this is really very broad. We have a lot of things to talk about here. So in order to manage our time, I would like to ask you, this loan, this student loan, who are those eligible, to apply for this loan, and what are the requirements involved?
Okay. France is a citizen of Nigeria.
Okay, so non-citizens.
Yes. Then, France, you are in any of the tertiary institutions, the universities, polytechnics, and college of education.
Okay, you should be there already.
Yes.
Once I've gotten admission.
Admission, yes, because some of the requirements require admission letter. First, it requires your NIM.
At least to be sure you've gained admission into that particular institution.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. Then talking about the requirement, it's very easy. Just like most of the things the school requires from you when your name comes out from an admission list. Your NIM, your BVN, yes, your admission letter, your JAM, your JAM reg number. Then concerning the year 1, the Nelfund also, with their own knowledge, notice that year 1s hardly get matric number early.
Okay.
So what they do is that if on the process of applying for this, even though you don't have matric number, your JAM reg number should serve for you.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay, this loan thing you talked about, how does the process, how does it really work?
Okay, it's very easy to my own understanding.
Okay.
You just type www.
But you have to first log into the
website.
the portal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In order to apply.
Yes. Okay. Very
so
important.
In terms of doing that, like these things you mentioned now, these requirements you mentioned, your JAM letter, your NIN, and all of that has to be provided in order for you to get this. So now, when you finally apply for this loan, how is it, disbursed to the students? Is it something you pay into the accounts, or is something they receive by hand? As in, how do they get this money to them? Because it's all over the country.
Nelfund, what Nelfund does is they pay the tuition fee direct to the schools.
Okay, that's very good.
Yes, they pay the tuition fee direct to the schools.
Okay.
For issue of people not misusing the fund for another purpose, the one I know that they pay to the student is their pocket money, that their allowance, 20,000 allowance. They pay it to their personal account number. The website is www.nelf.gov.ng.
Okay, that's how to get applications done. Okay, you talked about 20,000 naira allowance. I would want to ask, this 20,000 naira allowance, is it something that comes monthly? Because we know when you pay school fees, it's just for a session. And we know how many months, that's involved in a session. So is this 20,000 naira something that comes monthly, since it is paid directly to the student's account? Does it come monthly, like it's termed allowance.
Okay.
So is this something they get monthly, or it's just comes once in a session?
Okay, what Nelfund does, right, it comes monthly.
Okay.
As far as the students are in session.
Okay.
I know some term is about 4 or 5 months in some universities. So as far as that students are in session, that semester, they will be receiving their allowance. But when they go for holiday,
the allowance is equally goes on holiday.
Okay. No allowance. No allowance.
That's a good one. Okay, because I just wanted to, like, going by what's happening in our society today, the economy, you know, as you mentioned 20,000 naira, it just came to my head, is it just as you're just paying the one term, you know, the session, the fee, you just pay the 20,000 and that's it till the next session?
No.
Okay, so now what are the specific courses, or is there anything like specific courses that actually, you know, should benefit from the school loans, or institutions that are actually eligible, or just every tertiary institution we have?
Okay, there is not an option for the courses. Every tertiary, as far as it is public, government
owned, that's it.
Universities, polytechnics, and college of education. Then coming to this mention about the institutions, the institutions have a role to play in this.
So let's know the rules.
The role they have to play is, when these students apply for this loan from, let me use for instance from Uniport. So Nelfund gather it, for instance, let's say 2,000 students from Uniport apply for the loan with their data. So what Nelfund does is that they write back to the school, for the school to send the data of these students, for them to cross-check if these people are real students. So, and we have also noticed that most schools delay to give that feedback to Nelfund.
Why? It shouldn't be something that...
I know it's new to the system, so they are looking for a way to know how to do it, but the schools has a role to play. So that when the students apply, at least when so and so 100 apply or 200, they send the once Nelfund request for these data, they send it immediately, because it's when they send this data to Nelfund can easily say these people are qualified for disbursement. Yes.
Okay, now you talked about the Nelfund asking the school to send them the data of students who are applying for this fund. If at the end of the day, the 200 students are actually, you know, students of the school, does Nelfund equally still go ahead to give them this, or do they have a particular number of students for each school, you know, in every session? So as much as you can.
The knowledge I know about Nelfund is any amount of student can apply, any number.
Okay.
They will pay. As far as you're qualified, you put in your documentation, the school has confirmed that you're a student. And sorry to come into this area, most of the things that disqualify some of these students is that you may be bearing CHINONDU, like my name is CHINONDU WOKOCHA. Maybe I have a middle name, CHINONDU, maybe Barnabas B WOKOCHA. Some of these students in their school, they will put CHINONDU WOKOCHA. Coming to Nelfund, they will now write CHINONDU B WOKOCHA. That cannot work.
So it now seems like you are not the same person.
Yes, it's a fraud. So Nelfund cannot approve that.
Okay, this equally had to be added to this awareness for those who are intending to, you know, apply for the student loan, so they don't make similar mistakes, knowing that
the Parental Media Center, we are also looking forward to go to some of these schools. On our Nelfund is doing their own. Yes, Nelfund is doing their own part. Know that for the awareness. But when it comes to things about the country, it's not a one-man business. So the Parental Media Center too, we are also planning on the process of going to these television stations, radio stations. We also go to these schools within the South region to create this awareness.
It's very necessary.
Yeah, because the registration is ending by 31st of July. So we'll take this time before the end of the registration to make sure we spread this awareness within River State and within the South states. That is why I said I am a messenger sent by the PBAT Media Center.
Yeah, okay. Now talking about this loan, because I know some person watching right now will be wondering, anything that has to do with loan equally has to do with repayment.
Yes.
Okay, so this loan, how is the repayment system?
Okay.
You know, because you don't just give out a loan and you don't agree on the term of repayment. So whoever that is taking this loan should know how to prepare his or herself in terms of paying back.
Okay.
So how is the repayment system of this loan?
Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu want to make education accessible, mostly the higher institution, and affordable to everyone. It is non-interest loan.
Okay.
No interest
that's a good one.
is attached, and the way it is being done, you will start paying it 2 years after your NYSC, roughly 3 years after you finish from university. Yes. Now you will pay when you get a job from a company or federal government. Okay. Like when you're filling the form, there are terms and conditions like this GIS that you click, and one of the terms and conditions is that they are informing you there that when you get a job with a company or any federal government or state government, automatically 10% will be deducted every month from the loan till you finish paying. For those people that have not gotten job, they are not defaulters until they get a job. Unless,
how do you now know when someone gets a job and when the person, like for some persons who might feel, okay, I don't want to start paying or repaying the loan now, let me work for some time before the repayment thing starts.
Okay.
How do Nelfund, the team knows that this student or this graduate now is working and is beginning to earn some money and should be able to remit, pay back the loan given to him or her?
Just like when you're taking loan from federal government with your account number and your name and your NIM and BVN. Once that person apply for that job, gets that job, on the process of the state or the federal government making research about this individual, they will confirm on their own. They know how the Nelfund know how they do it. Yes.
During the vetting.
Yes, they will know that this person has a little token to pay Nelfund, and this is the agreement he or she has signed. 10% every month. It's not the person.
Very
yes,
flexible.
Yes, very flexible.
Okay, there's something that came to mind now.
Okay.
You talked about the students repaying the loan 2 years after NYSC.
Yes.
Okay, for students, because we all know that at the end of the day, some students have outstandings, and it's kind of like extends their year, the duration of their course of study. So what happens to the students? Is it that when your course of study is 4 years, after that 4 years, Nelfund ceases to pay your bills or your fees?
As far as you're still a student, even though you maybe have extra year,
even when you graduate, you have outstandings. Because it's
you cannot let the shit. No, wait. You cannot say you have graduated when you have extra year.
So, but your mates have left you.
They have left you, but you're still a student.
Because
automatically.
Yes,
because
you are still a student.
Yes, when the school is doing the matric.
No,
your name
the convocation.
The convocation. Your name won't be on the list.
Okay, because I just have to, get that clear in the sense that some persons will be wondering.
Whether
we like it or not, there's always persons of that category.
Yes,
so,
we know.
And what happens to them, will Nelfund cease the payments, being that the agreement has actually stopped?
No, I don't think so. Well, as far as they are still a student, they apply, and the school management confirmed to Nelfund that these people are still students.
So in that case, you still have to write Nelfund to
apply again
to
because
inform them of the extension you have.
I think so.
Okay, it's all right. Like this loan now, is there any plan to improve, the scheme?
Okay, yes. There are a lot of plans because just
make it a quick one so
yes,
we'll be able to
the president. This loan stuff is an art.
Okay.
So the things the president has in plan is that to make it look like NYSC. So any other administration after his 8 years in office.
This is what I really want to hear. But does it just end with
No. That's why he gave it Nelfund, Nigerian Education Loan Fund.
Okay.
So even after he leaves office,
It still goes on.
After 8 years. Now that 8 years is very, very important. After 8 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Any other person coming as the president
have to continue.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't think any president will come in and say he or she
really
want to scrap scrap the Nelfund.
Yes.
That means that person wants the full rot of Nigerian
students.
Yes,
honestly.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. I would have to ask you to your advice to students who are still considering on applying for the student loan, because we know a lot of students out there actually have these challenges of financial constraints when it comes to seeing themselves through school. Like you mentioned, all fingers are not equal. There are some persons who really have that zeal to go to school, but they don't have the fund or the finance to actually do that. So what's your advice to them, for especially those who are now of the opinion that this is fake and this is not real? What do you have to tell them? Okay,
quick one. The first thing I'll have to tell them is that I've noticed that Nigerians miss some opportunity. Even though an administration coming to power, they don't support the administration. They don't want to hear anything about the administration. So I will advise most of the guardians, parents, and the students that are in SS2, SS3 that this social media they have, they should at least be checking news about this kind of stuff. And I forgot to mention that Nelfund also have a package for the ones that are not going to university.
Are you serious?
For vocational skills and all that.
Oh, that's a very good
one. Yes, the people apply, they will train you in any of the field you apply. And
hold it please. Okay. The application process you talked about, because definitely since this is not the education thing, what's the modality in terms of the application for this vocational skills you talked about now? Yes. How do one really, apply for this one to be eligible in order to learn?
Okay. That's why I'm saying that to get more information about these things is the Nelfund page is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Then also to get more details about the administration, PBAT Media Center, it is on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Nigerians should learn how to go to these pages to get information on what's happening in this country.
Information yourself and not hearsay.
Then talking about this Nelfund, this Nelfund is everybody's business. It's your business, it's my business.
As a citizen of the country.
So I'm appealing to the influencers, the social media people that are good in criticizing the administration, that they should please post about
that are beneficial to our people.
Yes, post about the good ones that the administration is doing before. Nobody is asking them not to criticize the government.
Sure.
There's no way each person on Facebook and on Twitter will take it upon themselves that they want to post about Nelfund with a link, that they will not give this information to their relative, the people in the rural areas about it. So everybody has a role to play on this. And I know this Nelfund has easy the load on the load on the parents. Exactly. Very, very much. Because most parents now don't think about payment of school fees for taken care of by the federal government. Yeah. So they will use their salary to do other things. That is the one of the most important areas. Then I also noticed that the schools, there are something the students complain on social media. That when Nelfund, sometimes some of these schools give time for you to pay your school fees. So most times this student pay the school fees while they have already applied for the Nelfund. Nelfund will not pay that same school fees to the school management, but most of them are complaining. Yes, most of them are complaining of they don't get a refund from the school management.
It's not supposed to be. So it's Nelfund doing something.
Yes, Nelfund is doing something, and they are also saying that we shouldn't blame the school management. This is a new system they are coming into play. So with time they will arrange on the bursary and everything will arrange on how to do. But let's just check on the dashboard of Nelfund today. Let me just tell.
Okay, it's right there on the screen.
Okay, this is the student disbursement daily status report. So the first one talking about that the application is we have 1,270,000 students that have applied. Why the beneficiary current as of today is 788,947 students. Please move up. Yes, thank you very much. Then for the tuition fee, Nelfund has paid 82 billion 346 million naira. Then for the upkeep allowance, Nelfund has paid 72 billion. See, the Nelfund is the Nelfund made it that they want to be transparent for the public to know whatever that is going on. So to close this program, I will say thank you to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for this initiative. Also thank you to the Minister for Education, Dr. Tuji. And also let us not remove the MD of the Nelfund, Akin Tude Sayer. He and his team has been very, very fantastic in this.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. WOKOCHA. You've really done, noble to this topic. Just like we said, so many persons have different opinions, but with what you've done here today, I believe they now have, a clear information about what Nelfund is all about. And for those still having doubts, I believe, henceforth from now, you will see new applicants, from...
So, for those that want